Hey everyone, and welcome to another deep dive. Today we're going to be looking at three Mexican states, Colima Nayarit and Tabasco.
Very cool.
And let me tell you, the research for this one's been so much fun. I have pages and pages of notes.
It really is amazing how much there is to discover about these states.
Yeah, and that's exactly what we're here to do, right? We're not just going to list off facts. We're going to dive into what makes each of these states unique, what makes each state special. Why might you want to visit or learn more?
Yeah, it's all about uncovering those hidden gems and sharing them with our listeners.
Exactly. So let's jump right in with Colima. Now, its nickname is the State of the Palms, so I'm already picturing swaying palm trees, beautiful beaches, maybe a hammock or two.
Oh, you're definitely on the right track there. Colima has that classic laid-back Pacific Coast vibe.
Mhm.
But what I find so fascinating is how it blends with the indigenous traditions of the Nahua and the Purepecha people, you know? You add in a layer of Spanish colonial history, and you've got this incredible cultural mix that's just begging to be explored. Okay, so this is where it gets really cool. And maybe a little mysterious. Colima is known for these ceramic dog sculptures. Have you ever seen those?
Oh, the Colima dogs.
Yeah.
They're more than just cute figurines, though. They were actually deeply connected to pre-Hispanic burial practices. The belief was that these dogs would guide souls in the afterlife.
Wow. So they were like spiritual companions for the journey to the other side.
Exactly. It's like they were offering companionship and protection on that final journey.
That's incredible. It makes you think about like the beliefs and the rituals of the people who created them. Like, what was their world like?
Absolutely. It's a glimpse into their worldview, their understanding of life and death.
Okay, but Colima wasn't just a place of ancient traditions, right? I bet its location on the Pacific coast made it pretty important throughout history.
Oh, absolutely. Its position on the coast turned it into a strategic port. It even played a role in the California gold rush back in the 19th century.
Wait, really? I never would have guessed that Colima was connected to the gold rush.
It's true.
Yeah.
And it's all because of its geography. Its location made it a key stopover point for ships traveling up and down the coast.
Wow, that's incredible. So we've got ancient traditions, a gold rush connection. What about the food scene? Any must-try dishes we should know about?
You can't talk about Colima without mentioning tatamado.
Tatamato, what's that?
So it's this incredibly flavorful, slow-cooked pork dish. It's often cooked in underground ovens.
Oh, wow. So like really traditional cooking method.
Exactly. It's all about preserving those time-honored techniques.
Mm-hmm.
And the result is this amazingly tender, smoky pork that just melts in your mouth.
I am so there for that. But we can't forget about the Volcán de Colima, right? It's
Yeah.
one of Mexico's most active volcanoes, and I'm guessing it's had a huge impact on the region.
You're absolutely right. The volcano has literally shaped the landscape,
Mm-hmm.
creating fertile soil for agriculture.
Oh, right. Volcanic soil is supposed to be amazing for growing things.
It is. It's incredibly rich in nutrients.
Mm-hmm.
But the volcano is also a source of, both awe and anxiety for the people of Colima. They've learned to live with this majestic but unpredictable giant in their backyard.
It's like a constant reminder of the power of nature.
Exactly. It's a force to be respected.
Oh, yeah.
And speaking of forces to be respected, what about Colima's music scene? Have you had a chance to explore the sounds of Son de Colima?
I haven't, actually. Fill me in.
So imagine this lively, rhythmic music with guitars, violins, harps, marimbas, all coming together to create this vibrant sound that's just infectious.
It sounds amazing, like the kind of music that makes you want to get up and dance.
Exactly. It's music that celebrates life. Love the beauty of the region.
Okay, I'm adding that to my playlist for sure. But let's shift gears and head north to Nayarit. Now, this is where the Riviera Nayarit is located. So I'm picturing those beautiful beaches, turquoise waters, maybe some luxury resorts.
Oh, you're definitely in the right ballpark there.
Yeah.
But Nayarit is also home to the Huichol people, also known as the Wixárika.
Right. The Huichol, I remember reading about their vibrant art and their spiritual traditions.
Their art is truly captivating. They use beads yarn to create these intricate designs that are full of symbolism. You've probably seen their yarn paintings, right?
Yeah, they're like visual prayers, right? Depicting their spiritual journeys and their connection to nature.
Exactly. And speaking of connection to nature, they use peyote in some of their ceremonies.
Oh, right. Peyote, the hallucinogenic cactus. It's pretty controversial in some parts of the world.
It is. But for the Huichol, it's a sacred plant used in rituals to connect with their ancestors and the spiritual realm. It's all about gaining insight and guidance.
It's a reminder that different cultures have different ways of connecting with the sacred, and it's important to approach those practices with respect.
Absolutely. It's about understanding and appreciating different belief systems.
Okay, so we've got stunning beaches and a rich indigenous culture. What about the food scene in Nayarit? Any dishes that stand out?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
You have to try pescado zarandeado.
Pescado zarandeado. Okay, I'm intrigued. Tell me more.
It's a whole fish that's been marinated in a blend of spices and then grilled over wood. It's served with tortillas, salsas. It's just incredible.
It sounds amazing. And I bet the fresh seafood in Nayarit is just out of this world.
It really is.
Yeah.
And you can't forget about the drinks Nayarit is known for, Rosilla.
Rosilla, what's that?
It's a distilled spirit made from agave,
Uh,
similar to tequila and mezcal,
yeah.
but it has this unique, smoky, earthy flavor that's just so distinct.
Okay, that is definitely going on my list of things to try. But speaking of things I need to experience, I've heard so much about Sayulita. It's got that cool surfer town vibe, right?
It does. It's got that laid-back bohemian atmosphere, but it's also a melting pot of cultures. You'll find local artisans selling their wares alongside international boutiques, and the music scene is a mix of everything from traditional Mexican rhythms to like global influences.
Okay, so it's like a place where cultures collide and creativity thrives.
Exactly. It's a really unique and dynamic place.
But we can't talk about Nayarit without mentioning Islas Mujeres National Park, right?
Mm.
I've seen pictures of that hidden beach, and it just looks unbelievable.
It is unbelievable. Imagine swimming through a cave entrance, and then suddenly you emerge into this secluded cove with pristine sand, crystal clear waters.
It sounds like something out of a dream.
It really is. It's like a hidden paradise.
Okay, I'm officially adding that to my bucket list. But let's keep moving south and head to Tabasco. Now, this state is nicknamed Mexico's Eden. So I'm picturing lush rainforest, cascading waterfalls, maybe some exotic wildlife.
Oh, you're spot on. Tabasco is known for its incredible biodiversity. It's like a nature lover's paradise.
And it's also steeped in history, right? Tabasco was home to the Olmec civilization. Those colossal heads are just mind-blowing.
Absolutely. The Olmecs were an incredibly advanced civilization, and those colossal heads are a testament to their ingenuity and artistic skill.
I mean, to think that they carved those massive heads out of giant boulders, it's just
It
incredible.
really is. It's a reminder of the incredible achievements of these ancient cultures.
Okay, this is where Tabasco really caught my attention. It's considered the birthplace of chocolate.
It's true. Cacao, the bean from which chocolate is made, has been cultivated in Tabasco for centuries. The ancient Maya considered cacao to be a sacred gift from the gods.
It's amazing to think that something we enjoy so much today has such a long and rich history.
It really does give you a new appreciation for chocolate.
It does. Okay, speaking of history and tradition, we came across a dance that's unique to Tabasco, the Danza del Pocho. Have you ever seen it performed?
I haven't seen it live, but I've seen videos. It's performed during Carnival, and it depicts a struggle between good and evil. It's a really vibrant and colorful spectacle.
It sounds amazing. I love how dance can tell a story and convey cultural values.
Absolutely. It's like a living embodiment of their traditions.
Okay, so we've got rainforests, ancient civilizations, chocolate. What about the food scene in Tabasco? Any must-try dishes?
Oh, there's so many delicious dishes to try, but one you shouldn't miss is pachelagarto asado. It's grilled garfish, and it's a real local delicacy.
Garfish. That's a new one for me. I'm always up for trying new things, especially when they're connected to local traditions.
You'll love it. It's got a unique flavor, and it's often prepared with local herbs and spices.
Okay, I'm adding it to my list. But we can't talk about Tabasco without mentioning Tabasco sauce, right? It's got to be named after the state for a reason.
Well, this is where things get interesting. Tabasco sauce is indeed named after the state. But you might be surprised to learn that it's actually made in Louisiana.
Wait, what? Really? I had no idea. I just assumed it was made in Tabasco.
Nope, it's a Louisiana original. But the name is a nod to the Tabasco peppers that were originally used to make the sauce.
Wow, that's fascinating. It just goes to show that you can't always judge a book by its cover or a sauce by its name.
Exactly. It's all about digging deeper and uncovering those unexpected connections.
Okay, so we've got Colima with its blend of coast and culture,
Uh-huh.
Nayarit with its vibrant indigenous traditions and stunning natural beauty, and Tabasco with its lush landscapes and fascinating history.
It's incredible how each state has its own distinct personality, its own story to tell. And we've only just scratched the surface.
I know. It's like we've opened these 3 little treasure chests, and we're just starting to explore the riches inside.
Exactly. And that's what makes these deep dives so much fun. There's always something new to discover.
I completely agree. So if you had to choose, which state would you say has captured your imagination the most so far?
That's a tough one. They each offer something so unique and appealing. But I think what's resonating with me the most is that profound connection to nature that we're seeing in all three states.
I agree. It's like they've all found a way to live in harmony with their environment, whether it's the volcanoes of Colima, the beaches of Nayarit, or the rainforests of Tabasco. It's a reminder that we're all part of this intricate web of life.
Absolutely. It's a beautiful and important lesson that we can all learn from.
Well said.
Yeah.
Okay, I think that's a perfect place to take a little break. But don't go anywhere. When we come back, we'll continue our exploration of these incredible Mexican states.
We've got so much more to uncover, so stay tuned.
We'll be right back.
It's fascinating how these different personalities we've been talking about, they're actually reflected in the state's mottos.
Oh, really? Like what?
For example, Kalima's motto is Kalima, where the sun rises and the sea rests.
Wow, that's beautiful. It's like poetry.
It is, and it really captures that kind of serene coastal feeling we were talking about.
Okay, I'm sold. What about Nayarit? Does their motto have that same poetic vibe?
Nayarit is a little more straightforward. It's Nayarit, pride of Mexico.
Okay, so simple but powerful.
Exactly. You get a sense of that strong regional identity.
All right, Tabasco. What about their motto? Does it live up to the Mexico's Eden nickname?
You guessed it. Tabasco is in Eden.
Well, with all those rainforests and rivers and waterfalls, they're not wrong, but it's not just about outward beauty, right? Remember, Tabasco was also the heartland of the Olmec civilization.
Absolutely. The Olmecs, they were masters of working with nature, building their cities and shaping their lives around the rhythms of the rivers and the abundance of the rainforest.
So that connection to the land, it goes way back.
It does. And it's still very much alive in Tabasco today.
It's like the land itself has shaped the culture.
In many ways, it has.
Okay, speaking of things that are deeply rooted in Tabasco's culture, I need to hear more about this garfish situation.
Ah, yes. The Pichelagarto, the garfish. It's a truly fascinating creature.
Okay, so tell me, why is this fish so special?
Well, for one, it's an ancient fish. Sometimes it's called a living fossil because it hasn't changed much in millions of years.
Wow, millions of years. That's incredible.
It is. And in Tabasco, it's not just a novelty, it's a staple food.
So it's like woven into the culinary traditions of Tabasco.
Exactly. It's a taste of history, a connection to their ancestors.
You know, it's interesting. We've talked about the Colima dogs and now the garfish. It seems like resourcefulness is a common thread running through all three states. They've all had to find ways to adapt to their unique environments and make the most of what nature has provided.
That's a really insightful observation. And it's a good reminder that food isn't just about taste. It's a story about a place, its people, and their relationship with the land.
Exactly. It's like a window into their culture.
Precisely.
Okay, so we've been talking a lot about the environment, the food. What stood out to you most so far in our exploration of these states?
Honestly, it's the incredible mix of influences. You've got indigenous traditions, Spanish colonialism, and then all these modern developments. It's like this cultural tapestry that just keeps evolving.
Yeah, I agree. It's like each layer adds something new and unique to the mix.
Exactly. And that's what makes exploring these places so rewarding. You're constantly uncovering new layers, new perspectives, new stories.
It's like peeling back the layers of an onion, but way more exciting.
Exactly. Okay, so I'm ready to peel back some more layers. Let's delve deeper into the people who call these states home. What else can we learn about their unique traditions, beliefs, and ways of life?
Okay, well, let's circle back to Colima for a moment. We already talked about the Colima dogs, those ceramic figures that are now iconic symbols of Mesoamerican art.
Right, they're so cool.
But Colima also has real-life dogs that are deeply ingrained in their culture. Have you
Yeah.
ever heard of the charreria? Oh, right, the charreria, the Mexican rodeo tradition. I remember reading about it and how important horsemanship is in Colima.
Exactly. It's more than just a sport. It represents a whole way of life, a connection to the land and their heritage.
So it's like cowboys, but with a distinctly Mexican flair.
Precisely. It's got those elaborate costumes, the skilled horsemanship, the deep sense of tradition.
I love it. And what about the music scene in Colima? We touched on Son de Colima earlier, but I bet there's a whole world of musical traditions to explore there.
Oh, absolutely. Colima's music scene is as diverse as its cultural heritage. You'll hear everything from mariachi to norteño to banda. It's a vibrant mix.
So it's like a reflection of their history.
It is. You hear echoes of indigenous melodies, Spanish rhythms, and then modern twists, all coming together to create something truly unique.
So in a way, listening to the music is like experiencing the history of Colima through sound.
Exactly. It's a sonic journey through time.
I love that. Okay, it's my turn to bring up something interesting about Nayarit. I stumbled upon this ritual dance called the Danza del Venado, the deer dance.
Yes. The Danza del Venado. The deer holds a special significance for many indigenous groups in Mexico. And this dance is a powerful expression of their reverence for nature.
It's not just a performance, right? It's like a way of connecting with the sacredness of the animal world.
Exactly. It's about honoring the delicate balance of life.
It seems like we're seeing a pattern here. It's as if these states are all connected by this deep respect for the natural world, whether it's expressed through art, music, cuisine, or ritual practices.
You're right, there's this underlying appreciation for the environment that runs deep. And it's not just a passive appreciation. They actively integrate it into their daily lives and tradition.
Yeah, it's not just about taking from nature, it's about living in harmony with it.
I couldn't agree more.
Okay, it's time to shift our focus to Tabasco. What else can we learn about their unique cultural expressions?
Well, we've talked about the Olmec legacy and the significance of cacao. But let's not forget that Tabasco also has a strong Maya presence. The Chandhal Maya in particular have preserved many of their traditions.
Like what kinds of traditions?
Well, everything from their intricate wood carvings to their vibrant textiles and pottery, and their spiritual beliefs are fascinating.
Oh, tell me more about their beliefs.
Well, they often center around water deities,
Hmm.
which makes sense considering the importance of rivers in their lives.
Right, all those rivers and wetlands?
Exactly. And remember, we mentioned the Romeria de la Virgen de la Asunción earlier. It's a religious river procession in Frontera.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
It beautifully exemplifies how Catholic and indigenous beliefs have blended together over time.
It's amazing how those beliefs have intertwined and adapted over the centuries.
It really is.
Yeah.
And it speaks to the resilience of the people of Tabasco, their ability to navigate change while holding on to their core values and traditions.
You're right. They faced so many challenges throughout their history, from pirate attacks to a U.S. Navy blockade to anti-clerical sentiment in the 20th century. And yet, through it all, they've held on to their traditions, their culture, their unique way of life.
It's truly inspiring. That strength and resilience is something you see in their music, their cuisine, their art. It's woven into the very fabric of their being.
It's like their history has shaped them into who they are today.
Exactly.
Okay, so we've explored their beliefs, their traditions, their resilience. I'm ready for a change of pace. Let's shift gears a bit and explore some of the specific cities, landmarks, and iconic locations that bring these states to life.
Sounds good. I'm ready for a virtual tour.
Me too. Where should we head first?
Let's start in Colima City, the state capital. It's a charming city that offers a blend of colonial charm and modern vibrancy.
Okay, I'm picturing those palm-lined streets, the beautiful architecture, the laid-back atmosphere.
You got it. It's a great place to just wander around and soak up the ambiance.
So what are some must-see spots in Colima City?
Well, you can't miss the Cathedral Basilica of Colima.
Oh yeah, I read about that. It's a stunning neoclassical landmark, right?
It is.
Yeah.
It dominates the city skyline. And for a dose of history and culture, the Regional Museum of History is a must-visit.
Ooh, a museum. I love museums. What kind of things can we expect to find there?
It houses a fascinating collection of pre-Hispanic artifacts, colonial-era relics artwork that reflects the diverse cultural tapestry of Colima. And of course, we'll find examples of those famous Colima dog sculptures we talked about earlier.
Okay, that's going on my list. But we also have to make time for Manzanillo, right? I've heard it called the sailfish capital of the world.
Ah, Manzanillo. Yeah. It's Mexico's largest Pacific port. But it's so much more than just a bustling hub of commerce. It's also a beach lover's paradise.
Okay, I'm listening.
Imagine pristine beaches like Playa Miramar and Playa La Audiencia, perfect for swimming, sunbathing, and all sorts of water sports.
I can practically feel the sand between my toes and the warm sun on my skin.
And let's not forget about the seafood.
Oh, right, the seafood. It must be incredible, with fresh catches straight from the ocean.
It is. The seafood is amazing, and it's prepared with local flavors and spices that will tantalize your taste buds.
Okay, Manzanillo is officially on the itinerary. But before we leave Colima, we have to make a stop in Comala. I've heard it's a magical place full of history, literature, and charm.
Comala is truly special. It's a designated Pueblo Mágico, a place recognized for its cultural and historical significance. It's known as the White Village because of its charming cobblestone streets and whitewashed buildings.
It sounds like something out of a dream. I remember reading that it's been compared to Macondo, the fictional town in Gabriel Garcia Marquez's novel, 100 Years of Solitude.
You're exactly right. There's this magical realism quality to Comala, a sense that time moves a little differently there. It's also associated with Juan Rulfo's novel, Pedro Páramo, a cornerstone of Mexican literature.
Wow, so it's a place that inspires both literary and real-life wanderlust. And I can't forget about the pancha, the traditional fruit liqueur that Comala is famous for.
Ah, the pancha. It's a must-try. It's a delicious taste of Comala's unique charm.
Okay, I'm adding it to my list of things to try. Okay, so we've explored Colima City, Manzanillo, and Comala. Are you ready to venture into Nayarit?
Let's go. I'm excited to see what this state has to offer.
Me too. Lead the way.
All right, let's begin our exploration in Tepic, the state capital. It's a city steeped in history and culture, with a vibrant mix of colonial architecture, indigenous influences, and modern developments.
So it's like a microcosm of Nayarit itself.
Exactly. You get a taste of everything in Tepic.
What are some highlights we shouldn't miss?
Well, for a glimpse into the region's spiritual heritage, a visit to the Catedral de la Purísima Concepción is a must.
Okay, I'm picturing a beautiful cathedral, soaring arches, stained glass windows.
You're on the right track. It's a neo-Gothic cathedral that dominates the city center.
And to delve deeper into Nayarit's rich past, we need to visit a museum, right?
Absolutely. The Museo Regional de Nayarit is an excellent choice.
Another museum? Excellent. What kind of artifacts can we expect to see there?
You'll find an amazing collection of pre-Hispanic artifacts, colonial-era relics, and artwork that reflects the diverse cultural tapestry of Nayarit. It's a journey through time, showcasing the state's evolution from ancient civilizations to modern times.
Okay, I'm sold, but we can't talk about Nayarit without mentioning the Riviera Nayarit, right? Those beaches are calling my name.
Of course, the Riviera Nayarit is a stretch of coastline that boasts some of Mexico's most stunning beaches, luxurious resorts, and charming fishing villages.
Okay, I'm ready to relax and unwind. Where should we head first?
If you're looking for a blend of history, natural beauty, and a relaxed atmosphere, San Blas is a great choice. It's a historic port town with beautiful beaches, mangrove forests teeming with wildlife, and the impressive fort of San Basilio.
Wait, a fort. I love exploring historical sites, especially when they come with ocean views.
Well, the fort of San Basilio's got you covered.
Yeah.
It offers breathtaking panoramic views of the Pacific Ocean.
I'm sold. And speaking of ocean views, you can't miss Islas Marietas National Park, right? That hidden beach looks absolutely incredible.
It's a sight to behold. You swim through a cave entrance and suddenly you emerge into this secluded cove with pristine sand and crystal clear waters.
Hold on, a hidden beach accessible through a cave? That sounds like something out of an adventure movie.
It really is. It's a true natural wonder.
Okay, that is officially at the top of my list. But we also need to check out Sayulita, the famous surf town.
Of course, Sayulita is a must-visit. It's got that laid-back bohemian vibe with colorful shops and cafes lining the streets. And the waves are world-class, attracting surfers from all over the globe.
So it's like a surfer's paradise.
It is.
Yeah.
But it's also got a really cool artistic community and a vibrant nightlife.
Okay, so it's more than just a surf town. It's got something for everyone.
Exactly.
But before we move on to Tabasco, I have to ask about one more place I read about, Santa Maria del Oro Lagoon.
Ah, Santa Maria del Oro. It's a stunning volcanic crater lake surrounded by lush greenery and offering incredible views. It's a popular spot for swimming, kayaking, and hiking. And the sunsets there are truly spectacular.
Okay, so we've got beaches, a hidden beach, a surf town, a volcanic lake, and a historical fort. Nayarit is truly a treasure trove of experiences.
It really is. And we've only just scratched the surface.
I can't wait to see what Tabasco has in store for us.
Are you ready to move on?
I'm ready. Bring on the rainforests, the rivers, and the chocolate.
Okay, then let's begin our exploration in Villahermosa, the state capital.
Sounds good. What's Villahermosa like?
It's a bustling city, but also a gateway to Tabasco's rich history and natural wonders.
Okay, so it's like a good starting point for our adventure.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You can experience the energy of the city and then easily venture out to explore the surrounding areas.
I like it. So what are some must-see attractions in Villahermosa?
Well, for a journey back in time, a visit to Parque Museo La Venta is a must. It's an open-air museum that houses an impressive collection of Olmec colossal head stelae and other artifacts, all set amidst a lush landscape of tropical vegetation.
Oh, wow. So it's like a museum and a nature park all rolled into one.
Exactly. It's a really unique and immersive experience.
And I bet seeing those colossal heads up close is just incredible.
It is. They're truly awe-inspiring. And the setting of the museum itself is quite special, with monkeys and other wildlife roaming freely, adding to the immersive experience.
I love that. It's like stepping back in time and being surrounded by history and nature all at once. Okay, what about museums? Are there any in Villahermosa that you'd recommend?
Absolutely. For a deeper understanding of Tabasco's cultural heritage, the Museo Regional de Antropología Carlos Pellicer Cámara is a great choice.
Okay, and what can we expect to see there?
It houses a fascinating collection of pre-Hispanic artifacts, including pottery, sculptures, and jewelry, showcasing the region's rich and diverse past.
So it's like a window into the artistic traditions of Tabasco's ancient cultures.
Exactly.
Okay, but we can't talk about Tabasco without mentioning the cacao connection, right? Where can we experience the magic of chocolate in Tabasco?
For all things chocolate, a visit to the Hacienda La Chornita is a must.
A hacienda. Tell me more.
It's a working cacao plantation where you can learn about the entire process of chocolate making from bean to bar.
Wow, so we can see how it all happens, from the cacao pods to the finished chocolate.
Exactly. You get to tour the plantation, see how the cacao beans are harvested and processed, and even participate in a chocolate-making workshop.
Okay, I am so there for that. I want to learn how to make my own chocolate.
You'll love it. It's a truly immersive experience that will satisfy your sweet tooth and deepen your appreciation for this ancient culinary tradition.
Okay, so we've got our history fix, our chocolate fix. What about some of Tabasco's natural wonders?
Well, for a glimpse into the heart of Tabasco's ecosystem, a visit to the Reserva de la Biosfera Pantanos de Chentla is essential.
Okay, and what is that?
It's one of Mexico's largest wetlands, teeming with diverse flora and fauna.
Wetlands. So we're talking like mangrove forests, lagoons, rivers.
Exactly. It's a haven for wildlife with crocodiles, manatees, howler monkeys, and an incredible variety of bird species.
It sounds incredible, like a nature lover's paradise.
It is. It's a truly special place.
Okay, I'm adding it to my list. Are you ready for another adventure?
Bring it on.
All right, this time we're heading to the Agua Selva waterfall.
Excellent choice. The Agua Selva waterfalls are a series of cascading waterfalls nestled in the heart of the rainforest.
Oh, wow. So we're talking lush greenery, cascading water, maybe even some swimming holes.
You got it. It's a refreshing escape from the heat and a chance to reconnect with nature's beauty. You can hike through the rainforest, admire the diverse plant life, and take a dip in the invigorating waters of the falls.
I'm sold. Okay, so we've explored Villahermosa, the Pantanos de Centla, and the Agua Selva waterfalls. What else haven't we covered?
Well, for a taste of Tabasco's Maya heritage, a visit to Comalcalco is essential.
Comalcalco? What's special about this Maya site?
It's unique because of its unusual construction material, brick.
A brick, really? Most Maya sites are known for their limestone structures, right?
Exactly. Comalcalco stands out because it was built using fired clay bricks, a testament to the ingenuity and adaptability of the Maya people who inhabited this region.
So it's like a different side of Maya architecture.
It is. And it's a reminder that the Maya weren't a monolithic culture. They had distinct regional variations and innovations.
Okay, I'm definitely adding Comalcalco to my list. Are there any other hidden gems we should know about in Tabasco places that are off the beaten path and offer a unique perspective on the region?
If you're looking for a truly off-the-beaten-path adventure, a trip to Januta is worth considering.
Januta. Okay, and where is that?
It's a small town on the banks of the Usumacinta River, one of Mexico's mightiest waterways, and a gateway to the Cañón del Usumacinta.
A canyon. Now you've got my attention. Tell me more.
Imagine towering cliffs that rise dramatically from the riverbank's lush rainforest vegetation clinging to the slopes, and a sense of tranquility that permeates the air. It's a place of stunning natural beauty, and a chance to experience the power and majesty of the Usumacinta River.
Wow, it sounds incredible, like a place where you can truly escape from the modern world.
It is. You can take a boat trip down the river, admire the scenery, spot wildlife, and maybe even visit some ancient Maya ruins that are hidden within the canyon walls.
Wait, Maya ruins, that's amazing. Okay, Januta is officially on my radar. But before we wrap up our exploration of Tabasco, we have to talk about Tacotalpa. I've heard it's a charming town with a hidden wonder beneath the surface.
Tacotalpa. It's a lovely town nestled in the Sierra Madre de Chiapas Mountains, renowned for its natural beauty and the stunning Grutas de Cocana.
Grutas de Cocana. Okay, I'm intrigued. Tell me more.
Imagine venturing into the depths of the earth, exploring a series of interconnected caverns adorned with breathtaking stalactites and stalagmites.
Ooh, a cave system. I love caves. They're always so mysterious and fascinating.
The Grutas de Cocana are a true natural wonder, offering a glimpse into the hidden world beneath our feet.
Okay, I'm officially adding that to my list. So we've got Tacotalpa and its caves, Januta and its canyon Comalcalco and its brick architecture. Tabasco is shaping up to be an incredible adventure.
It really is. And that brings us to the end of our virtual tour of Tabasco.
Wow, what a journey. From bustling cities to ancient ruins, lush wetlands to cascading waterfalls, Tabasco truly lives up to its nickname, Mexico's Eden. And just like Colima and Nayarit, it offers a unique blend of history, culture, and natural beauty that's just waiting to be discovered.
It's amazing, isn't it? Each state has its own unique rhythm, its own story to tell, and we've only just begun to explore their depths.
I know, I'm already feeling inspired to learn more about these states and maybe even plan a trip someday. What about you? Have any of these places captured your heart?
They all have something special to offer. I think what's resonating with me the most is the spirit of resilience that we've encountered in each state.
Hmm.
These are places that have faced challenges, adapted to change, and emerged even stronger.
That's a powerful observation. It's a reminder that even in the face of adversity, beauty, creativity, and resilience can flourish. Okay, are you ready to wrap up our exploration of these incredible Mexican states?
Sure, I think we've covered a lot of ground.
We have. But before we sign off, I want to leave our listeners with one final thought.
Okay, what will it be?
Well, we've talked a lot about the blend of influences that have shaped each state, indigenous, Spanish, modern. But I'm curious about something else. How do you think globalization is impacting these regions?
Hmm, that's a fantastic question. Something we haven't explicitly addressed, but it's definitely a relevant topic to consider. Because globalization isn't just about economics. It's about the exchange of ideas, cultures, and values. I'm curious to know how these states are navigating that complex landscape, how they're maintaining their unique identities while engaging with the wider world.
It's something we can all reflect on even beyond these specific states. How is globalization shaping the places we live, the cultures we experience, and even our own identities?
It's a question worth pondering for sure.
Okay, I think that's a perfect note to end on. But before we sign off, I want to invite our listeners to share their thoughts and reflections on this episode. What resonated with you most? What questions are you left with?
We'd love to hear from you. And be sure to join us next time for another deep dive adventure where we'll continue to explore the fascinating tapestry of our world.
Until then, happy exploring. You know, as we wrap up our deep dive into Colima, Nayarit, and Tabasco, I keep thinking about that question we posed about globalization. Like, it's easy to focus on how outside forces might be influencing these states.
Right?
But what about the other way around?
Oh, that's a great point.
Yeah.
It's not just a one-way street.
Yeah.
These states, with their vibrant cultures and rich traditions, they're actively shaping the world too.
Exactly. Like, think about those Colima dog sculptures we talked about. They're not just artifacts tucked away in a museum.
Right.
They've become these internationally recognized symbols of Mesoamerican art,
They have. You see them everywhere.
inspiring artists and collectors all over the world.
It's true. And who could forget the Huichol art from Nayarit?
Oh, yeah, those yarn paintings and beaded sculptures are incredible.
They're just bursting with color and symbolism.
And they've been featured in museums and galleries across the globe.
Sharing the Huichol worldview and spiritual traditions with a wider audience.
And of course, we can't forget about Tabasco's gift to the world, chocolate.
Oh man, everyone loves chocolate.
The legacy of cacao cultivated in Tabasco for centuries is something that's enjoyed by people from all walks of life.
It's true, chocolate has become a global phenomenon.
It really has a symbol of indulgence and celebration.
But it's important to remember its origins.
Right.
The sacred rituals and beliefs that surrounded cacao in ancient Mesoamerican cultures.
It's like this delicious reminder of the interconnectedness of our world.
I like that.
How something that originated in a specific region can become this source of joy and connection for people across the globe.
Absolutely. And it's not just about tangible goods or artistic expressions either.
Right. Like, think about the surf culture in Sayulita, Nayarit.
Oh, yeah, good example.
It's attracted people from all corners of the world, creating this really unique blend of local and international influences,
It's a great example of how globalization can create these vibrant cultural exchanges.
where traditions or shared ideas are blended and new ways of life emerge. It
Exactly.
makes you realize that globalization is this complex and multifaceted process.
It really is, with both challenges and opportunities,
And it's happening everywhere.
not just in these 3 Mexican states.
It's a force that's shaping our world in so many ways.
And it's something we all need to engage with thoughtfully and critically.
Absolutely. But for now, let's shift our focus back to these incredible Mexican states.
Okay.
What's been the biggest takeaway for you from this deep dive?
It's hard to choose just one.
I know, right?
But I think what's really stayed with me is that deep sense of connection that these states have to their natural environments.
Yeah, whether it's the volcanoes of Colima, the beaches of Nayarit, or the rainforests of Tabasco, there's this profound respect for nature that permeates their cultures and traditions.
It's like it's woven into the fabric of their being,
It's a reminder that we're all part of this intricate web of life.
and that we need to find ways to live in harmony with it.
It's a powerful message and one that feels especially relevant in today's world.
I agree.
Well, I think it's time for us to wrap up this incredible journey. But before we sign off, I want to leave our listeners with one final thought.
What shall it be?
How about this? Kalima Nayarit and Tabasco have shown us that beauty can be found in unexpected places, that resilience can thrive in the face of adversity, and that there's always more to discover just beyond the horizon.
Beautifully said.
So to our listeners, we encourage you to keep exploring, keep learning, and keep embracing the wonders of our world, both near and far.
And be sure to join us next time for another deep dive adventure.
Until then, happy travels!